Now, we will delve into the fundamentals of using JSON files. For starters, let's say a few words about the popularity of JSON. Basically, the JSON format relies on three main concepts. First, it is human-readable, which makes both reading and writing these files accessible. Second, it is suitable for working with non-relational databases, also known as NoSQL databases, HTML, which we use for web scraping, and many other software tools. This characteristic makes it a universal format that contributes to an easier transfer of information. Finally, as you just saw, it has been organized as plain text. This further improves the speed and efficiency of its manipulation. These three concepts are what make JSON files so popular, which means that you are highly likely to encounter files in the JSON format in your work as well. That's why knowing how to reorganize information from JSON into Python is such a valuable skill to acquire. Perfect. To set the ball rolling, this file format is great for storing your information in a structure that corresponds to a Python dictionary. Here's how our lending company text file looks when converted into a JSON format. The content of a JSON file is simply a string. In fact, if you open it with Sublime, for instance, it will look like one very long character stream. That's because in a JSON file, there is no end-of-line sign, so to speak. Note that some editors, such as Notepad, do represent it visually on multiple lines. However, this doesn't mean the data itself has been organized this way. So, this is the main property of a JSON file. It is a string, a very long one, usually. Okay, now when working with JSON files in Python, we don't treat them as strings. As already mentioned, the dictionary data structure in Python handles JSON files exceptionally well. Knowing that, let's think about this text as a dictionary. The opening braces at the beginning are the first indication we are working with a dictionary. Then we have the first column name, loan ID. It has been written as a string too. Next, starting from 0, we've got all row numbers written as string values as well. They are the keys of the dictionary assigned to the loan ID column. Scrolling through the JSON, we realize that only the loan ID contains all numbers from 1 to 1043. They are the values that form the key value pairs in our dictionary, and technically represent the values of the loan ID column, too. Investigating the text further, we can verify that the same structure has been used for the rest of the remaining 14 columns. For example, string ID has been composed of strings only. Both the keys and the values are strings. Great. It is important to note that the keys of the dictionary corresponding to the string ID in any other column contain the values from 0 to 1042 written as strings again. This ensures that the values from each column will correspond to the same index values in our dataset, and that we will always have 1043 rows if represented in a tabular form. For instance, the value corresponding to key 0 from loan ID, which is the value of 1, will be on the same row as the value corresponding to key 0 from the string ID column, which is ID underscore 1. Okay, if you've opened the file in Notepad and you scroll further down, you can observe that the entire string has been organized as per the same rules. Just don't forget that to mark the end of the dictionary, we have a closing brace on the furthest right. Okay, luckily, the Python developers have made importing and working with a JSON file easy and convenient. So first, let's create a string called prices per product that contains the prices for 3 products only, products A, B, and C. We'll check its type to confirm it is a string. If you want to parse this string as a dictionary straight away, you can import the built-in JSON module and use the loads method to convert prices per product into a dictionary. You will rarely want a dictionary-like data to be interpreted as a string in Python. Therefore, this approach will definitely be useful to you in the future. All right. Most often, you will prefer to load the data in a tabular form. In such situations, it is best to import the pandas library and use its read_JSON method. It will store your data as a data frame directly. See? This method is similar to the pandas read_CSV indeed. Only now we're reading a JSON format file. In either case, we convert the file into a pandas data frame. Let's store the data frame into a variable called newCSVData. Now we can confirm it as a data frame with the type function we used a bit earlier. From here on, you can use all the versatility of the pandas data frame object on our new CSV data file. Great! This is what we wanted to share about working with JSON files in Python for now. Thank you for watching.